Hello and welcome to the Africa Smart Home and Building Show. This channel's mission is to bring you the latest trends in smart homes and building automation. Weekly interviews with industry leaders. We discuss misconceptions, product reviews, tips, tricks, and a whole lot more. If something like this may be of interest to you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell so you're notified of our latest uploads. On this episode, I interview Warrick Katzin, who is from Homation, one of the market leaders in home automation. Give us some sunshine if you like it. But before we do, just a quick shout out to our sponsor, Integrated Homes, for making this all possible. These guys have been in the game for a decade. So if you're wanting your home or building converted into a smart home or building, it may be a good idea to give these guys a call as they know what they're doing. Okay, it's time now for the show. Let's get into it. We're going to do it together. Welcome to the show! Today we have the opportunity to chat to Warrick, who's an absolute expert with smart homes. So, Warrick's going to teach us all about smart homes today. Warrick, there are lots of questions that I have, and I'm hopeful that you can show us all sorts of fancy things that you can do. I think a great space to start would be the front door. So I think let's start there and then walk us through. Yeah. So let's do that. Before we go on, if you've got any questions with regards to anything we talk about today, drop them in the comments.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about smart home automation and some of the features and functions that are available to you for the benefits and security and comfort of the family. Let's go inside and see the home in action. Welcome to your future home. As we arrive inside the home, already the home is starting to respond by opening some blinds and curtains in the space for some natural lighting. Back on my touchscreen over here, as I arrive inside the home, the alarm system has been brought up so that I can disarm the alarm from the Control 4 touchscreen. And the benefit of this is that I don't have another keypad as an eyesore in the entrance of a beautiful home. More than that though, when I disarm my alarm system, notice how the home is going to respond with a nice welcome home lighting scheme. Perhaps we turn on the living room TV to your favorite news or sports channel, play some nice chilled music in the background of the home, or turn on fountains and water features in the garden. The point is, we can do anything you want. We can set the home up the way you like.
Clearly this is our first vlog on the show!
Welcome to the show!
As we walked in the front door, the first little ninja trick, is that the blinds open, the TV went on.
That's right.
What else happened?
So my setup is I want the blinds to open when I get home, and obviously this is now assuming it's daytime, right? At night I'm not going to open my blinds and curtains. TV turned on to my favorite sports channel.
If you've got a water fountain outside, if you've got the aircon, so in other words, when you push one button on your phone, the front door can open.
That's right.
The blinds can close, the lighting can go at certain, that area of the house is dim, this is brighter.
That's it.
That's a pretty neat trick.
Let's talk on the aircon side of things. You know that an aircon takes a little while to get to temperature, so why not rather have the aircon turn on when I'm 5 k's from home, right? That allows the aircon to get the room to a comfortable temperature so that when I get home, it's already cool in summer, or maybe a little bit warmer in winter. Smart homes. While we're at the front door, I have pre-programmed a quick button to quickly unlock or lock the door from the touchscreen. You're going to hear the door unlock right now. And remember, everything can be accessed from your phone as well. So let's lock the door. Another important feature in many smart homes is camera integration. Not only from an intrusion attempt point of view, but sometimes just to keep an eye on what's going on. Perhaps the kids are playing in the back garden by the pool, and while you're preparing a meal, you want to make sure that they're not killing each other and everything is safe. Cameras can be accessed through the touchscreen by pressing security and cameras, and that could bring a grid of as many as 32 or more cameras in and around the home. Now 32 is a lot, but if there's a particular camera, for our example here at the back garden, that's important to be able to quickly access, Control 4 does allow you to favorite those features to the room itself. Now I've already done that, but if I go back to my kitchen, you'll see there's a button that allows me to quickly access that preferred camera in the kitchen. Bear in mind, the bedroom touchscreen might have a slightly different layout, and maybe you want to keep an eye on the front garden should you hear any noises. Remember also that everything you see on the touchscreen is what you're going to see on your mobile device as well. And this is available not only from inside the home, but anywhere in the world as well.
For instance, I'm at work, and I just want to check something, alarm goes or something, I can access all these cameras on my phone.
100% right. Remember, everything that you're seeing on a touchscreen over here can be done from the phone, not only inside the home, but from anywhere in the world as well. If my alarm went off now, first of all, the Control4 system is going to send me a notification to my phone, alerting me to the fact. It's also going to send me a screenshot of the camera that looks over that zone, so I can see what caused the alarm to go off purely by just getting that notification. Let's say it was a cat in the garden or something like that. Of course, I can then access my Control4 home from my smartphone, so I can check that there's nobody out that side and everything is safe and clear and good to go. Another important feature on the touchscreen side of things is the audio video management. If you're familiar with any of the popular streaming services like Tidal, Deezer, Spotify, AirPlay, Bluetooth.
We love Deezer, Spotify, iTunes. Speak to me, what can you do?
So we got all of that stuff covered, right? It doesn't matter which one of those or how many of those are your preferred streaming services. We're able to control or connect those systems to our control platform, and that allows us to then play all of our favorite music anywhere in the home. Let me go back and I want to show you that. There's my Deezer and Tidal. If I go, for example, into Deezer, my playlist that I've created, of course, these are always up to date with the music. Even if I'm driving into the driveway discovering new music, ooh, I like that, add to playlist, so it'll be up to date.
Literally, if I'm like 3 blocks away and I want to switch my aircon on and have a certain playlist,
that's right,
I can pre-program a certain volume, certain playlist at a certain time by pushing one button.
One button.
So one button, my aircon goes on, my blinds close, or
even better, no button press. Purely just by the system being able to pick up by means of what's called geofencing. What's geofencing? So basically what it is you set up a virtual fence around your property or within your neighborhood. My system is set up that when I drive through the boom gates on my neighborhood, my aircon already is turned on, getting the room to a comfortable temperature. My lights are turned on, so I'm not arriving home to a dark home at night time. Well, certain inside lights. My outside lights have been turned on because that's a security feature anyway, right? So the home has been set up and prepared such that when I get home, my favorite music is in the background. My favorite sports channel is
how's that?
Living life at its fullest, right? We've got the intercom functionality as well. So when somebody arrives, if you're in an apartment on the other side, you can have a video intercom call with them before you open the door. Sometimes you just want to make sure who's at the door, you know, knock knock, and looking through a peep glass is very old school. I set my lock to automatically lock itself after 10 seconds so that I know, I never have to think about, ooh, did I leave the door unlocked or locked? It is automatically locked. If my door is closed, it's locked.
I can hear music. Where's that music coming from?
So I've actually got a really cool solution here in my kitchen. In a smart home, audio distribution is the concept of being able to play your favorite music in different areas of the home. Perhaps you'd like to listen to some chilled music in the kitchen or listen to some rock music out on the patio. When it comes time to entertain though, it's great to have the same music scattered around the home, out in the garden, in the dining room, and out on the patio as well. So come check it out.
So you're telling me a smart home kitchen has a subwoofer in the kitchen. That's a bit OTT, don't
I like to party in the kitchen, man. Trust me, my neighbors know when I'm cooking, right? So here, I've got a subwoofer. Yeah. Now, normally this guy would live up in a bulkhead, right? So completely out of the way of the home. I've hidden it in the cupboard. I did it as an after fact. So subwoofer, high performance speakers, big sound, little design, right?
Okay, so there's speakers up on the ceiling there.
That's right.
Subwoofer in the kitchen.
On that side over there.
It's a bit OTT, but love.
System bangs.
Okay, cool. And speak to me about lighting. I think, especially date nights, I mean, lighting is very important, as you know, Warren.
Lighting's critical in a smart home, right? Now, there's a couple of reasons why lighting's so important. Lighting is not only designed, a smart lighting system is not only designed to be convenient to use, less clutter and wall acne, right? But also it's about creating the scenes, about creating the experience. And of course, once you've got a smart lighting on a smart home system, the lighting actually plays a pivotal role in the security of the home as well, right? So I have the ability, like I've got a ton of lights in the space. I've got chandeliers and bulkheads and ceiling lights and rope lights and strip lights. And I've got like 10 lighting circuits in these 2 rooms alone, right? You can appreciate if I had a conventional lighting system, I'm gonna have like these switches and dimmers everywhere.
This is very gibberish. Show me what it can do. Show me the switches.
So
this is a man who knows smart homes. So for all the newbies out there,
let's declutter your walls. Let's make the solution easy to use. Let me rather give you 3 buttons than 10. So here we go.
So what's this all about?
Let's talk a little bit about smart lighting. First of all, what is smart lighting? Well, nowadays we have so many lighting circuits in and around our home because lighting has become efficient, and we have the ability to add bulkhead lights and down lights and strip lights, lights behind TVs and floating cabinets. With a conventional lighting system though, you could appreciate that you're going to have a whole bunch of switches and buttons around the home. Not only does that produce a little bit of wall acne, we call it, but it also becomes very inconvenient to try and create the right lighting scenes. A smart lighting system allows us to take control of all of those lights with fewer buttons, and oftentimes we'll be talking about scenes, a relaxing scene or a entertaining scene to set the scene up perfectly. A smart lighting system allows us to declutter the wall into fewer buttons. For example, perhaps in a living room environment you only have a bright, dim and off button, and that could control all the lights in and around that given area. Now, these guys can control not only smart lighting, but other features and functions within the room. Perhaps opening and closing blinds and curtains, or adjusting the volume on the keypad, playing your favorite music playlist when you move into the dining room. We can control anything we want. These buttons have been engraved so that it's easy to identify what each button does, not only for the family, but for guests in the home as well. And it's important to mention that the engraving is backlit, so even in a dark room you can identify what each button does. There's LEDs next to each one of those buttons as well, and over 200 colors could be programmed to those. Now, we're not going to use all 200 colors, otherwise your home looks like a Christmas tree, but it is useful for feedback. For example, in my home, the button that opens and closes the perimeter gate has a green or a red LED, and that tells me that the gate is physically opened or closed. I don't need to look out a window or try and view a camera. I can tell from a keypad like this the state of my garage doors, my perimeter gates, my pool pumps, my geysers, etc. Full functionality, quickly and conveniently accessed from a keypad like this. These buttons can be configured between 2 and 7 buttons and are available in multiple finishes and styles. Let's have a little bit of fun with our automation system. Let's say you have a large home and a large family. You can appreciate it's quite a challenge to get everybody around the dining room table before dinner goes cold. To have a little bit of fun, we've created a dinner call button. Now, in my home, I've programmed my dinner call button to turn off my living room TVs when it's dinner time. My son, who's playing PC games with headphones on, is oblivious to the world around him, so we flash the lights in the bedroom. We're going to utilize our distributed audio system to play an announcement throughout the home, even out in the garden. Dinner's ready. Now, no matter where your friends or family are, they've heard the announcement, they know it's time to come to the dining room. While that happens, the room is going to be prepared for us also. My shades will come down to give us some privacy in the space and to stop the sun from glaring through the windows. We'll start a lighting scene to focus around the dining room table. The music session that we started in the kitchen will also move into the dining room as well. One button press, dinner time.
Dinner is ready.
Shades coming down. Music moving into dining room. And the lighting scene too. In a smart home, after dinner and the family wants to relax in the living room, with one button press, the room can be prepared. You'll notice the lamp will turn on for a little bit of lighting. Again, my shades are coming down to give us some privacy in the space. We've even integrated our gas fireplace into the scene, so on a cold winter's day, the fireplace gives not only light, but warmth too. I'm going to push one button as we move over into the living room to create that scene. Remember, you can do this from your phone too. Lamp is turned on, shades coming down. One button press and the system will do the rest. Here you see that my TV is turned on to the correct input. The amplifier is turned over to its correct input, giving us the best sound setting for the room as well. TVs are cool for kids watching cartoons or maybe catching up with the news events of the day, but when it comes to Friday night movie time, maybe you want a big screen experience. Control 4 allows us to do that with one button press. Here's my movie mode. You'll notice that my screen is dropping down from in front of the TV. Behind us, the projector came down from the motorized bracket in the bulkhead. Because we've moved over to a projector-based system, we understand that lighting is important to control, so we've turned off certain lighting circuits and even closed our blinds and curtains, giving us the best picture quality for movie time on a Friday night. In a smart home, here's an example of a first scene of a living room converting to a media room.
Welcome to the show! So, if you're in the kitchen, chilling, eating dinner, and then you park here on the couch, you can push one button on your phone and then preset that the kitchen lights automatically go off, TV turns on or off, the sound is playlist. Wow, man.
So let me make it practical for you. Let me give you my routine at home, and this is sometimes what's going to make it more kind of make a little bit more sense, right? Typically my kind of routine is I've prepared a meal in the kitchen. Like I said, all my neighbors have heard me making a noise in the kitchen while I'm preparing my meal. That's where I get to listen to some of my favorite music. Once I've prepared my meal and it's trying to get the wife into the dining room, she's busy with her own thing in the other side of the house, one button press. Ding, and it's dinner time, right? And what happens at that button press is the music I was listening to in the kitchen will move over into the dining room, nice and soft though, because it's now time for conversation. The TV that I had on in the background with the sports on, switch that off because, you know, watching TV is not very good for engaging in conversation, so TV gets turned off. The lights will flash in all the bedrooms, and I use the sound system in the home to play an announcement to let the wife know that it's dinner time. Time to come to the dining room table, right? There's no shouting across the passages, hey, dinner's ready. So one button press.
So what core features like for dinner time? So you can do lights on and off. What else?
Manage the lighting scenes, maybe even change the color within the room. If you've gone from a very white kind of usable lighting to something a bit softer, a bit more sort of yellow lighting to create the vibe in the scene, we can do that kind of thing as well.
Cool.
The music moves over. Let's close the shades, the automated shades as well. Stop the sun from beaming in if we're having an early dinner in summer, right? And also help manage the temperature within the room. The aircon's going to turn on in the dining room for us as well, making sure the room is comfortable. It's not only about the cool side of things, but it's the convenience of the room being prepared for us.
Warren, this vlogging thing is like a lot of hard work. So I think let's go sit down so I can ask you some questions.
Cool, let's go take a seat.
Let's do it.